Friday the 14th of February. We had another day yesterday just cleaning out. Wasn't much of a day, but we got the last, the last little bits we thought ought to be cleaned out. We got cleaned out, got some stuff moved about. We soaked some floors where those poorly calves have been. We soaked the floors in there, went and soaked all the walls, all the gates. Yes, made it as clean as we can do. Anyway, we've changed a couple of things. The old straw we were bringing in from outside, we've stopped that just for the time being, just to see whether that helps anything. So I think we've had about 6 calves in the last 2 days, and fingers crossed for the last 24 hours there hasn't been any illness. I don't want to jinx anything, because at the minute, although it looks as that's a good thing, we just don't know. In the next 48 hours we'll know if we've done any good, but for the time being there hasn't been any more get ill. All these ones with the recovery animals. Anyway, the old man's washing his car, look, with the help of the old lady. We're heading off the farm, heading over to one of the other farms to grab some barley straw and some oat straw. Me and Robbo, got Robbo with me. He's got to go back trimming next week. Got a few more odd jobs to just finish up before the end of the trimming season. Keithy's been out trimming, he is nearly done. He's just heading up to some grassland. He should be done soon as well. We managed to vaccinate all the cows. Farmer also vaccinated the ones that have had calves as well. So at the moment, it's the first time we've actually been able to do something other than cleaning out cattle and looking after calves. This is the first time. We had the 2 poorly ones died yesterday. Farmer did everything he could for them, but they get so poorly so quick, and we spotted the last one to get poorly. Farmer spotted him instantly and he still couldn't save him. It was a nasty illness, and they had everything they could have. The vet told us what to do to try and keep them alive, and we did that and more. And Farmer was down there every 4 hours. I think in the end there was what did we have? We had 4, 5, so we had 7 die, and that was out of 7. Yeah, 7 out of 9 died. Farmer saved 2. We'd rather not talk about it, if I'm honest. We've never seen an illness quite so vigorous and horrible like that before, and well, just because we've been through it now, Farmer's going to vaccinate the cattle every year now before calving. Out of the calves that died, Farmer's managed to get some donor calves put on. So we bought in some calves. We have managed to convince all the mums, I think there's 4 or 5 of them in there now. We've managed to convince the mums that they've got new calves. I don't know how it works, but it seems to, and they've all taken to them really well, so that is a good thing. It's been a horrible 10 days, but the cameraman, he's coming to do cameras next week, so I'll show you that at the end of the week when it's all set up. We've just got some bits and pieces planned for that. Come on, tractor. Anyway, Robbo's behind. He's going to load up some straw to bring home for a delivery for next week. I think we've got a couple of hay deliveries on. Then we're going to start looking at our trailer to see if we can start doing the bed on a trailer. We should have had that up and done now, but this illness has taken over everything. Oh, living out. Yeah, it's just funny. It's just interesting how these things just take over, you lose all your time and I mean all your time. That's 3 guys, all of our time gone. We were hoping to do a few other jobs, but we just ain't got to them yet. We will get to them, but yeah, it's been strange. It's been a strange 10 days for me, really, and for everyone. But let's see how the next, we'll know in the next 48 hours, we'll know if we've done any good anyway. So we're hoping we have, because we don't want to see any more. We don't want to see any more go down with it. We'll let Robbo load that. Still got half a... Oh, where's that? Oh, nice one. Is that the one you lost? Just going to quickly look at the wheat while we're here. We haven't done a full crop check yet, but we will go and do one. I will go and do you one in the next few weeks. Waiting for a nice day. We haven't, God, it's just been grey, cold and horrible for as long as I can remember now. Anyway, as soon as we get a nice sunny day, I'll go out with a drone. God, it's wet. It's still wet. This is what I mean. Sort of, this is what we drilled November time. I don't really know what to say about that. Where it's wet, it's rubbish. There's a big horrible, I can see at the back there, is the wet's got to it round the back corner there. Not brilliant, is it? If the whole field was looking at me green, I'd be like, yeah, that's not too bad. Anyway, yeah, you ain't gonna go fertiliser in the next day or two, are you? It's the same picture everywhere. You know, it's just, the one place, me and Robert were up there, yeah, not yesterday, day before. We were up at Alistair's. I didn't bring the camera along, but I wish I had, because that does look, and it's the same old saying, you know, if it drills well. This did drill well. It went in okay. It was a bit rough, but farmer did come and roll it afterwards. But the wet just gets hold of everything. We were over at Alistair's, and I'll take you with me one day as soon as we get a nice day, and we'll yeah, it looks very, very well over there. The whole fields are covered in green. That, you know, the plants are tillering out. It just looks really well over there. So we'll go around and do a full crop check soon. Yeah, we'll head over to those fields another day. For the most part, everything looks like this. You know, good where it's dry. Where it's wet, it's rubbish. Bit like last year, really. You know, if you can keep it out the wet, it looks okay. But it has been another one of those winters where it's just been very wet. We're back at Peter's farm, this time with the baler. This is our little 7716. It's done, I just checked on the clock, 7,086 hours on the clock. So anyway, this has been a good little reliable tractor. Farmer was toying with the idea with you know, trading it in for a different tractor. Anyway, I think we're on the idea of keeping it around a little bit longer. So the wheel bearings, we noticed when we were putting the drill on at the back end there, wheel bearings starting to have a bit of play in them. So Ollie said he'd take it in for us, and while he's got the trumpet off, he's also going to replace the brakes in the back end as well. He'll do full, you know, they'll change the oil in the back end, obviously, because you've got to have the oil out to change all the parts and everything. But we've just got the baler on. We're just freeing up a bit of room at home, so the baler's going to live up here. We've got a bit of fiddling around with some panels, so we're going to do that. Yes, while we're up here, we're going to move some panels. Farmer's got some hay he wants to get out and get at, and panels are in the way, so we're going to move those. We're going to drop this tractor with Ollie. He's, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but he's had our old Manitou in. We noticed the boom pipes were leaking in the summer, so he's had that in and done the boom pipes and serviced it all up for us, because he was just at it. So we usually service them ourselves, but yeah, the man was at it, so he serviced that and got the boom pipes changed as well. And yes, and then when this comes back, if we've got time, we're hoping to fit that hydraulic steering kit to this tractor, hopefully in time for drilling. And I imagine the weather will have the last laugh on that one, because if the weather suddenly becomes good and the tractor's back, we will have to go off drilling anyway. So yes, we'll just see that one, we'll play that one by ear. The plan is to have the tractor back and put the steering kit on it before drilling, put the tyres on, and yes, that is the plan, but we will see how we go. Anyway, going to leave the baler here. The baler will get serviced in a couple of months time. We will start servicing the hay machines and stuff like that. Yeah, not one of the machines you need right now, so it will get done another day.
So yeah, we've done full service, engine oil and filter, fuel filters at the front there.
Nice.
Transmission oil and filter, angle box oil, it's quite a key one. Axle oils, hub oils. Yeah, an engine oil leak, which I thought it might be a cracked housing.
All right.
It's all down here.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see anything wrong with it, and I put a new O-ring in with a new filter, and that seems all spot on.
Oh,
so that's good. It's had the hydraulic filters, it's had the engine air filter, cab air filter.
Oh, mate.
It's had the works.
Yeah.
Down here, on the back here, you'll have a job to see, but below this hose,
yeah,
the boost hose there, they're quite renowned for coming off.
Yeah.
That had come off.
Had it?
Yeah, so it's probably quite down, you know, if you're pulling a trailer, she'd have been quite down on power.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see, it's a job to see down there, but I couldn't see any splits in it.
I'll tell you another thing with them, they vibrate, they touch each other, they lie on top of each other and they vibrate.
Yeah.
And they split where they rub.
That's exactly right, so I couldn't find a split on it. So
no, they are newish ones on there, but...
Done it all up tight.
Oh, nice one.
And sort of, you know, revved it right up and that, can't find anything wrong.
Oh, sweet.
Coolant is a shade low on the eye, but he's absolutely fine. I haven't topped it up because I think that's where he wants to sit. Okay. Sometimes you find him like my John Deere. Yeah. If I put that to the max, that'll drop down.
It'll just sit, yeah.
And it will stay there.
I know.
So I think that's where that is. There's no major leaks on it or anything. So I think it's just a case of, you know, if you take the cap off, he's just there.
Sweet.
So we'll leave it alone.
Sweet. She's like a new girl then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. She's going to be. That's good.
And then all new track rod ends all round.
And what was there some play in there? Was there?
Yeah.
Was there?
Some were some others, Matt. You could have left some of them.
You didn't find some wires underneath that were apart?
No.
You know the alignment lights?
Yeah.
They used to work, and then randomly they just stopped working. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, they were done with, weren't they?
Some of them were done.
Yeah.
Some of them,
no, you can't just do one though, can you?
Would have got away with, but you'll be doing them next time. You're better off just to do the set, and you know it's done. I mean, it's done.
That'll go for. And you've done the boom pipes as well, haven't you?
No, I've looked at the boom pipes. No leaks.
No leaks. Okay.
No, there's a bit of weepage around there. But we've deadheaded all the circuit. They're quite renowned, these, for cracking the extension ram.
Yeah.
They crack at the end of the extension ram. I wonder if it's probably had one before, because most of them have.
Oh right.
But we've deadheaded all the third service, the headstock, the boom extension. There's no drips. It is damp in there.
Yeah.
So something's going on, but there's no serious drip or leak.
Okay.
So we can't do anything with that. That is what it is.
As long as it's not pissing out everywhere, that's the main thing.
There's no oil pissing out of it or nothing like that.
No. Oh wow.
It's fine, but it is.
So I'm going to take this one away, and then you've got some more lovely.
Yeah, let's have a look at the next one.
You've been busy, haven't you? I didn't realise you were doing all that on there.
I wasn't expecting to do the track rods, but a couple of them were to the point of dodgy, and you know, lets your steering all go a bit out of kilter.
Yeah, and it's wobbly down the road.
Down the road, it's horrible. So yeah, this one we got.
So what's your plans for this one now?
We did do one on the 6480, the 40k one.
I could have blown that off for you, couldn't I? That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be alright. I'm used to that, boy. So what the score is with these these axles, basically, someone might correct me here, but I'm adamant I'm right. Those axles have been round forever on masses for probably 20 odd years, maybe more. Right. And tractors have got bigger, faster, kit's got heavier, blah de blah. Those axles really, in my opinion, are a bit of the Achilles heel of these machines, because they're really good tractors. Yeah. But those axles being that little bit of an older design, they do just get a bit of wear. But again, this tractor's done what, 7,000 hours? 7,000, I just looked. So to have a set of axle bearings and seals, and we're going to do a set of brakes while we're in there, is no. And you'll let me know when that's all open, so I can come up and have a little peek at the brakes, because I've never seen inside. So what we'll do is we'll pop the trumpet, we'll take the wheels off. It's all oil housed? All oil immersed, yeah. So then we'll pop the trumpets off, and it'll be, you've got a reduction set of gears in the trumpet of the axle there, which then drive out of that stub shaft. Yeah. In front of those reduction gears, you've got a spacer plate, which is what the brake disc sits against. Then you have a brake disc sat on a stub shaft, And then the other side, in the transmission housing, then you've got a brake piston, which is a ginormous cylindrical piston with a seal on the outside, seal on the inside. We'll put new seals on them, and yeah, you know, pressurized oil from your brake pedal, and that pushes that piston out, which clamps the disc in the middle against the spacer plate on the other side. It's very simple, really.
Oh right, okay.
But when you see it, you know, you can compare it to a car piston, really, although the difference is this is a hollow piston because it's one big circle, whereas on a car, on your brake caliper, it's just a pot, isn't it? It's solid. There's no hole through the middle.
No.
But yeah, so same thing. Yeah, come and have a look.
And wheel bearings.
And then what we're going to do is the wheel bearings, which is the main.
And the wheel bearings sit on the outside. Is that they sit there? Is that
There's
right?
an inner and an outer.
Oh right, okay.
The outer one is protected by grease.
Yeah.
And it's got an outer seal. And they just got a bit of wear in them. That's all it is. There's nothing. Nothing's failed, but when they fail, they normally take the shaft with them, which is expensive.
And when you're doing them bearings, have you got to have all that off to do them bearings? Yeah, you have. So there's no point doing all that and not doing the brakes. No.
If you have a brake failure, you block your filters up, you get shit all around your transmission.
He's had issues with that before.
Yeah, once people have had it, they never want the bugger again, I'll tell you. It causes no end of trouble.
It goes through the whole lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we have to set those axles up by the book to an end float or a rolling torque, whichever the manual says to do on these. I'm pretty sure it's an end float.
Sweet.
The one that failed on the 6480, the bearing collapsed, so it broke apart inside.
Yeah.
Me and Ag took it to bits in the workshop here.
Yeah.
And it busted the inside race. And what that had done then is that had scored all round that main stub shaft that comes out to your wheel hub there, that big shaft.
Yeah.
It scored it, and when he put a new bearing on him, he's spinning because he's not. You know, he's lost a bit of the surface in there, he's not tight on there.
Yeah.
If they're going to spin, it's not going to last 2 minutes.
No.
So what we did is we took it down to Richard down the lane there. He welded it, cut it back with a big lathe, and then we managed to get a decent tight fit for the bearing, which was, you know, a bit of a winner really.
Yeah, that was a good fix, wasn't it?
Touch wood, it's been all right, because, you know, those shafts are probably £2 grand, I'd have thought. 1,500 quid, £2 grand.
Holy Christ, yeah.
So all the while that's working.
It's a good tractor. This one's a good one.
Great machine, yeah.
Yeah.
But they are really good. But the story with those axles is the fact that they are basically an old design, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
But they're just under a lot more load now. They're on bigger, faster.
Yeah, and all the kit's bigger, isn't it? Always.
Yeah, and then you get your big wheels on in the winter.
Yeah, the big wheels. Yeah.
You know, it puts more pressure on them. It's just one of them. But at the hours it's done brilliantly. You can't ask any more.
No.
Do a set of bearings in it.
Well, how long would that take you? Is that like a week job to do that sort of thing?
No, it shouldn't be a week. No. Should be a couple of days really. Your parts all being well.
Oh,
I ought to have that all stripped in about a day, and then a day or two to set those axles up nicely and put the new brake pistons in.
Saturday 15th. Farmer's been busy overnight. Another 3 came last night. Had 3 yesterday as well, so we've got a few calves about again. Anyway, the boys are just setting a pen up here. Got the barriers up. We're going to move all these good calves. We're going to keep them separate, put them over there, and just do some shuffling around just to keep all-ish ones together. Anyway, Farmer's got his old calving gate out. This cow had a spot of mastitis.
I stripped her out yesterday, Matt. All lumpy. You saw that, like porridge.
Yeah, looked like
horrible. Right, all I could see, this tit here was massive.
Yeah.
And the bag didn't look quite right. Bag felt hard. So that don't necessarily mean she's got mastitis, but that's a goodish sign.
Yeah.
So I stripped her out, put a tube of penicillin in.
Yeah, you just put that you insert it inside, don't you?
That's it. And today, what I noticed today, he's sucking the back tit. So I just milked a bit of milk out of her, and it's beautiful, lovely and clean. So I'll give her another tube today.
Yeah.
And she won't want nothing else.
No.
Now he's sucking it, he'll keep her right. He'll keep stripping her out and he'll keep her right.
And this is one of our... This was our Paulie calf.
Yeah.
She had a Paulie calf, didn't she?
Well, more than Paulie.
Yeah.
Broke up dead. But this is the old school rail that we use. So, and it's right into Robinson, but you basically got to tie it up. Then tie it that way to stop it slipping that way, tie it that way to stop it slipping that way, and you put a string over her head just to stop her jumping out.
Yeah.
Because they were...
And one behind to keep her in.
Just one behind to keep her in.
And that's how you used to do all your carving like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you make this gate? I bet you made that, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can carry it anywhere and put it anywhere, Matty, but there's no issues.
Yeah.
I noticed today she's looking for this calf, look. Because she's looking for him.
Yeah.
And that's a very good sign. But what I noticed straight away today, Matt, it was sucking all 4 corners.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good result.
Yeah.
Of course, you've got to have 1 or 2 good results.
Yeah. They've taken to these calves have taken really well this time, haven't they?
I was saying that to Lynn last night. I've never known us foster these calves and them take over. They just, I can't believe it, they've taken to the calves.
No. Usually it's a struggle, isn't it?
Honestly. But is it because they know something is inherently wrong?
Yeah, I do.
You know, I ain't no preacher, but it makes you wonder whether they just know that there's no coming back from what they've got. I don't know.
Well, she was the one that, you know, her calf when he was poorly, she was sniffing his ass.
Yeah,
she kept sniffing it and backing up, didn't she?
She'll be all right. She'll be as good as gold. I think she actually only needs to be in here another day, if I'm truthful. In fact, I'm wondering whether we can let him out. If we let some cows and whether I could let her out and take the chance. Just take the point, just keep my eye on him.
Yeah. Usually you keep them in for a week. On a normal year, you keep them in for 2 weeks, wouldn't you?
I've had them in for 6. But you would normally say, yeah, a fortnight, 10 days, minimum 10 days. All of these have been days. That is almost hours.
Yeah. Saturday afternoon. We're just having a few hours around this trailer. Needs a few bits and pieces. Going to need a few little bits welded in the front there where it's rotted away. The main bit's good. The bed's good. Just had all the nails off, ground all the nails off. And next week, hopefully, Rob's just sorting the some of these pipes. These are old airlines. They're not connected to nothing. So we're just going to do away with them, reroute the wires so we can put the bed on a bit nicer. It had a little flange in there covering the pipes before, so we're just having a refiddle. Obviously the wires will come, we're hoping to see if we can dig them in one side and the other. You know, it's not a trailer that's going to last another 20 years, but it will last another 10. Oh well, hopefully another 5 at least. Anyway, yeah, anyway, the boys are going to continue on without just bring in the carving pen. Come on, go. Steady. Ugh, go on. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's my mate. 402. Right, one in the corner's on his feet. That's good, isn't it? This one on his, he's on his feet.
Yeah, he's up on the couch. Gonna get his first ring.
Yeah.
Right, I am if he don't go now. I've got a bottle with me. Because he was tapping his well back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So just,
These are some of the new calves from the last 48 hours. And they're not as poorly as we've seen. They've still got a bit of scours about them, but they're not laid flat out like the really poorly ones from last week. But still poorly enough to be laid, you know, laid about. You got pretty good at that, haven't you?
yeah, getting the hang of it now.
It's not a good thing to do though, is it? As a rule.
Right, painful, mate.
It's very...
Climb up, there's a bit of that electrolytes.
Yeah.
Just to keep on littering him. I didn't want to go too mad.
No. We'll probably leave it there on this one, but we had a big shuffle about with calves and cows and... Oh, I don't know. Still not out the woods yet. We've got 3 or 4 still poorly. We've got some just a little bit poorly. And then there's 2 that are quite poorly, and yeah, I don't know, we've done all the cleaning out we can do, we've done everything, you know. The vaccinations, we're hoping that does something in time. I don't know if it's going to keep going on, we don't know. It just seems to be very, very hard work at the moment. Yeah, anyway, I'm just going to make Farmer another pen just in case he's got to get another one in. Rather annoying, especially when he has to feed them. If they can't feed themselves, then Farmer has to come down every 4 hours all through the night, and it's just super hard work. We're not getting, at the minute, we spent all last week literally focusing on cleaning out and getting the pens clean. They don't appear to be getting as ill. The ones last week, they couldn't even lift their head. They were just yeah, anyway. But still, the annoying bit is Farmer's got to come down, tube them just to keep some fluids in their bodies. Yeah, we'll see. He's given them this oral solution that's supposed to help with scours. They've had a vaccination, the cows have had a vaccination now, so that apparently won't start showing its face for a couple of weeks, so we'll just see how we go. I'll take you around the sheds next time if we've got some improvements, but yeah, pretty annoying still. So let's hope for next week's a better week, but just see how we go, I guess.